Hello, boys and girls. In today's lesson, or in today's session, we will be discussing farm machineries. Okay? Now, if you're looking at this video right now, it therefore means that you're an 8th grader and you would have done integrated science or science where you would have looked at machines and you are aware that machines are divided into simple and complex. The farm machines that we're going to be looking at are complex machines, those used by a farmer to get farm work done quickly, okay, so that we can have food and everything in our from the kitchen into the from the market into our kitchen on time. Okay, in today's lesson we will be learning so much about farm machine. It's a very exciting topic, so just put on your gears and let's get into this. When you hear the term farm machine, you might leave puzzled as to what are these farm machines? Why are they even important? Hmm. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. We're going to be identify farm machines as well as list the importance of farm machines. Okay, so let's get into the meat of this lesson today. Again, so the first thing I want to talk about is this scenario that I have up here. I want you to take a time out to just observe what you're seeing. Okay, and I'm going to get into this now. In our middle pane, let's just focus in the middle pane of this photograph. There we observe that there is a farmer and he has a simple machine that is operated by just a wheel. Okay? He has a simple machine that is being operated by a wheel and some wood that he constructed it up together. Okay? And what is he doing there? What he's doing is using that machine to upturn his soil, okay, or to make the soil loosey so that cultivation it can be done easily, right? And then on our very right, we notice that instead of him having to do the work, he got a bit more intelligent and he started using animals instead to do this work for him, okay? And there are animals. They're pulling this simple machine with some attachment to the bottom of it, and as they pull and they go through, the soil is being plowed. But then this farmer realized that here what happened, this is not really making much of a sense. It's all day and all night I am still dealing with this same set of thing. So what he did was he went into constructing and making a machine that's operated by an engine or a motor to get his work done easily. And instead of having to work all day and the entire night, all the work was done in the day and his production was even more. And he was also able to do much more work than when he used just his arms and then he went into using animals. Okay, and that's what we see on our very left of this picture where we see that there is a machine driving with some implement down there. So when he took all day and all night to get work done and still did not come up to his expectations, he went into creating and constructing a machine, and that way he was able to establish so much more. Okay, now let's get right into discussing the importance, because we would have just established that farm machines are those that are operated by a motor or they're even operated by an engine. Okay, importance is now. Farm machines are used to enhance the production on a farm. How is this so? Let's say you're cultivating bananas. You're doing it manually. How much banana, how many banana are you able to cultivate when you are the only person cultivating it? Only a few. So at the end of the day, you're going to acquire about a pound of bananas. But if you're using machines, you're able to acquire tons of bananas. Okay, and that's what we can see a comparison on our very left and on our very right. Okay, farm machines has also decreased the labor and time spent in the field. Farm machines has proven to be more reliable than man once cared and maintained. Remember, anything that we want to last us for a good time, we want to care that tool and maintain it. Okay, now just look at these two pictures. How is it that these machines, they decrease labor and the time spent? Because the individual that's doing the work, they just have to operate the machine. They would not have to put themselves under any compromising position and strain. Now look how much work the machines are doing, and look how much work that the man is doing. Can you identify the differences? Okay. In the picture with the machine, we are seeing that the sky is the limit where it comes to the cultivation. But in the picture with the plants, we can see that the sky is definitely the limit. It's definitely not the limit. Okay, just behind you, just behind the workers in the field there, you can see that there is a building at the back there. Okay, that really tells us that they're not cultivating on a very large scale. But when you're using machines, you are better able to cultivate large pieces of land. Okay, let's get down into some more importances. Now, farm machines can perform all the following that I'm about to list here. All the following that I'm about to list was once done manually. That is with hands, okay? Like what we would have talked about in the scenario with the farmer. Now, farm machinery can do both primary and secondary tillage. Farm machinery can also plant your crops. So in that way, instead of you having to hire 10,000 workers to plant 5 million Edo plants or 5 million sucker trees, the machine does it all in just a short time period. Okay? Farm machines also apply fertilizer and insecticides. It applies fertilizer to our plants. It applies insecticides to our plants. Okay, and farm machineries are also used for harvesting our crops. You see how life is made so much easier because of the development of farm machines. Well, the machines that are operated with an engine or a motor. Hey, farm machine is also able to bring water on the land and take it off. We also have a variety of machines where it comes to removing weed. So you no longer have to do that manually, but there are weeding machines that are operated by an engine or a motor to get the job done very easily. Isn't this an exciting topic? I told you, students, it's exciting. So I'm going to play a video now.
Hi, I am John the First. I'm an agriculture engineer. This is Jim. He is a farmer. Jim milks 60 cows all day. At the end of each day, Jim transfers the milk to a milk tank. Then he heads home. But Jim was a sad farmer. His hands, they pained, and he became so frustrated and angry every night before he slept that all he ever thought of was selling his cows, his only source of living. Tired, worn and exhausted Jim, his poor hands in pain. One evening the fatigued cows, seeing their master's distress, became saddened and decided to present their master Jim with a milking machine the very next morning. Jim was happy. That way he was capable of doing so much more. Jim was capable of expanding his business. He prepared lands for cultivation. He cultivated rice. And he was able to harvest his rice without feeling distressed and hurt. Jim was now a happy farmer. He saved lots of money and invested little time to get his work done.
Good. So this video was done in Animaker. Okay, and that was a video to show you how important farm machines are. Good. So, but can you now name some farm machines? Thinking. Okay, so you're ready to see our first machine? Here it comes. Good. So here's our first machine. Can we tell what machine is it here in front of us on the screen? Okay, let's get right into describing this machine first thing. It has a pump, and then it looks like a stainless steel container there, bucket, and then it has some tubes, right? Some long tubes, and at the end of each tube is it looks like four cylinder attachment to the end of each tube. From that brief discussion, can we tell what machine is that? It is a milking machine. Very good. So if you have thought of milking machine, then you're correct. Now let's get into the very next machine. Are you ready for this machine? Yes, so give you there our very second machine. You would have seen this machine in our scenario and in the video with Jim the farmer. Okay? What is this machine called? This machine is a tractor. Here comes our very second machine. That's our second machine. And what is this machine called? It's a combine harvester. Okay? All three of these machines, we were able to identify them in the video we just looked at with Jim the farmer. Jim milked cows, several cows, all day, and at the end of each day, Jim still did not reach his expectations. So, because he was so tired, the poor cows realized that, hey, our master is so tired, let's present him a milking machine. And this is what this machine looks like. When Jim used that machine now, he's able to do so much more. He can now rear cows and deal with cultivation, okay? And have his crops harvested in no time. Okay, so this brings us to the end of today's lesson, and here is your homework. This homework, you can do it and send it into Google's Classroom. There is going to be a link in the subscription box below. Just complete and sending, okay? Let me go ahead, right ahead and read this. It's a scenario. Jane rears 100 dairy cows and 600 meat birds, but her monthly production is low because of the number of employees she needs to pay. Now your task is to name the instruments Jane can use to save her some money. So bye guys. See you all in another lesson of machines. Do enjoy. I hope you did enjoy this lesson, and if this lesson was of great use to you, be sure to look out for our next lesson on machines. Goodbye.